Hi everyone, it's Deanna, and I have not been online, I have not been on YouTube for a very long time, quite a few months, so this is my first video back in quite a while, so I thought it would be short and simple and something just to ease me back into these readings and ease you back into my readings. If you're new here and you haven't seen any of my previous videos, I do intuitive tarot, and going forward over the next few days I'm going to be working very intuitively. I'm not going to be doing daily readings or weekly readings or readings set to any kind of structure. I want to just do free-flowing intuitive readings just to get me back into the flow of things. So let's just start with a bit of cleansing just for a minute or so. If you can just tune into the sound as well, try and clear your mind. This is going to help you focus as well on any questions you have. So if you can just take a minute just to clear your mind of any anxiety you've been feeling, take a few deep breaths in and out, just for 1 minute or so, that's all you need. And then we'll go into the reading. Just feel your heart center. Feel your feet on the ground, or if you're seated, the spine, the bottom of your spine in your chair. Feel yourself grounded. And breathing in and out, and in and out. Okay, thank you so much for doing that with me. That's helped me as well. Just focus in. It's cleansed the space and it's just brought everything back to neutral before we start with the reading. And this is a reading for anybody who might be watching at any time. If you resonate with it, if you do not resonate with what comes up, then the reading is not going to be for you in any way, shape or form. So let's ease into it. Dear Spirit, do you have any advice or guidance, please, for anyone who may be watching at this time? Okay, we've got the Tower card, always great to start on the Tower card. We've got the King of Swords and the Wheel of Fortune. And I'm just going to use the bottom of the deck just to give me an idea about who this reading is for. Okay, so the bottom of the deck, we've got the Five of Wands, and this suggests to me that this is a reading for somebody who has been in an argumentative phase recently. Perhaps you've been having some squabbles, some arguments with family, with friends, with people around you, and you can't seem to just sort of get out of that cycle where you're having these arguments. These could also be internal arguments, like you've been really wrestling with something inside yourself and kind of having this kind of internal chatter in your mind, and it feels like it's been frustrating. It feels like it's been anger based in some kind of way, that there's been irritation there, that there have been things that have gotten to you, triggers have been pushed, buttons have been pushed, that kind of thing. So if you found yourself in this kind of place recently, then this could be a reading for you. Now, we had the Tower come up as the first card, and this suggests that there's going to be a big change. Things aren't going to stay the same with regards to this argumentative situation, whether it's internal or whether it's with the people around you. There is going to be a big shift and a big change here. In some ways it could unsettle things further, but ultimately it's going to be for the better. Ultimately it's going to clear the path forward so that things can change and you're not kind of going around in this repetitive circle over and over and over again with regards to whatever's going on here with this kind of argument. We've got the King of Swords as well. The King of Swords suggests a possibility of and a need to get to the truth of a situation, to seek out the truth, to ask for the truth, to stand in your own power and go forward in a way that means you feel like you're being honest with yourself. That's incredibly important. And with regards to this situation here, it could be that perhaps everyone in this situation has felt that they've needed to speak their mind, needed to speak their truth in some ways, despite what other people might think of it. Perhaps one or more people in this situation have been quite blunt. And it's time to review that. If you have found that that does apply to you, it's time to review that and think, how can I get my point across and get my truth across in a way that is nicer for everyone involved, in a way that means I'm not hurting people, in a way that means realities aren't crashing down around me and other people, and so on and so on. If that doesn't apply to you, then I would say the King of Swords is really about discovering the truth of a situation, perhaps after the tower comes down. So something is going to be discovered, or something's going to take place that reveals, that illuminates the kind of truth of the matter or truth of the situation. If you're waiting on results of something, you may get those results coming through. And then we've got the Wheel of Fortune, which I feel is quite fortuitous actually. Out of all of these 4 cards, it feels the nicest to me. It feels that things may turn around for the better. The Wheel of Fortune is one of those cards that is neutral. It's generally speaking neither positive or negative, although sometimes in some spreads it does have a more positive vibe to it. And this is one of those spreads coming after the Tower and after this 5 of Wands and even after the King of Swords that suggests to me that the outcome here with the Wheel of Fortune is going to be on the positive side. So whatever truths are revealed here, whatever illumination or clarity you are receiving after this tower goes down, as traumatizing as this might be for some of you, it's going to lead to a really good turnaround that means you can actually start moving forward in a much better way, a more fortuitous way, and a way that, you know, I'm getting the sense of being able to breathe easily, breathing much more easily. That's what I'm feeling coming from this, that you'll be able to just release an awful lot of tension. All these other cards, the 5 of Wands, all of them, definitely the King of Swords as well, is quite an uptight, angsty character. And with the Wheel of Fortune here, I'm feeling a release of breath. It's like a huge sigh of, I don't know if it's relief or if it's release, but either way, it just means that my sense is that you will feel better for being able to move forward in whatever direction you end up going. So that is really nice. And I'm feeling putting down one more card. Let's just pick an angel card for any advice here for this particular situation, if you have been relating to what I'm saying. Although that Wheel of Fortune is a really nice card to end on, actually. It's a really nice card to have as that last card, and it suggests the end of a particular cycle and the ability to move on to a new one. Soulmates. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? There's 2 things that comes to mind with me with regards to this soulmate card. And the first is that whatever this situation is, and if it involves more than one person particularly, it's sort of, there's something karmic about it. It's sort of like meant to be. You're kind of like tied, and there are lessons here to be learnt on both sides, for yourself and for this other person or other people in the situation as well. That comes to mind for me. And the other message that comes to mind for me with this card as well is along the same kind of karmic lines, that whatever this situation is, even if it doesn't revolve a soulmate in a romantic sense, it suggests that whatever is taking place here with regards to this situation is in some way or other contracted, soul contracted. It is a kind of journey or lesson that for some reason or another, your higher self, the part of you that is omnipresent and, you know, kind of can see everything with complete clarity, has signed up for. It's a journey that you've signed up for in some way or another, for some reason or another, and it is going to be something that you really do learn from, and you can make amazing transformations and shifts by working through. So this is a really lovely, beautiful card. And also bear in mind that soulmate doesn't have to be romantic. I know that the picture is showing two people kissing here, but it doesn't have to be that. A soulmate can be a friend, a best friend. A soulmate can actually also be an enemy, believe it or not. Like when you're tied like this to your enemy, that is often a soulmate contract, because you're learning so much from the situation and from each other. Soulmates can also be a sibling, it can be a parent or a child. You know, it really does depend. It's about the contractual lessons that you learn together. It doesn't have to be in a romantic sense, although for some of you watching this and you're relating, it will be in a romantic sense. So it's up to you to decipher what that means for you. But we are looking here at a really nice change here coming at the end. So take a deep breath. You are speeding through the situation, whatever it is. It feels very present. It feels like this clarity and this truth is coming very, very soon. It's going to change things around. Important lessons are going to be learnt here, whatever happens next. But with this Wheel of Fortune, you do have opportunities here to move forward in a strong, committed and positive way. Okay, that is there. Even if this, whatever is illuminated here, even if it seems really traumatic or seems really tragic, even if it seems like it's bad news or negative news or whatever it might be, it will still bring this Wheel of Fortune. It will still bring this doorway, this opportunity for you to step in a completely new direction, or see things from a completely different perspective, or go down this path, this brand new journey or adventure that you never thought you'd go down. And the outcome is going to be a really important lesson for you and another person, or more than one other person. So wow, I mean, it's a really interesting reading. And if you have related to this, I hope things are looking good for you over the next few days. I shall be back when I can be back, hopefully over the next couple of days, to do another one of these readings. Have a lovely day, and I'll see you soon.